Hi guys. I'm asking this if you like, subscribe. Now I gotta say, tell your friends, whomever, just so that people can hear what I have to say. So today is Friday, all day. I called set like about 3 or 4 adoption attorneys. You need money for it, doesn't matter. I'm going to do what I have to do. I have no choice at this point. Well, I just have no choice. And because even for a consultation, it's not just a matter of me. Like, it's not like criminal law. Criminal law, I can call them, tell them what's going on, explain to them this, and they'll say X, Y, and Z. What I've learned in this process is that with family court and adoption court, with family law and adoption law, it's different. In order for you to even sit down and talk to them, you have to pay them to talk to them, whether they can do something for you or not. So, that's been my day-to-day. Besides cleaning, cooking, doing the normal things that I normally do. I just today, honestly, is the first day. Well, actually, I want to say probably like a couple months ago, I decided to go on Facebook and tell partial of my truth, meaning tell my truth, but not expose anybody. And even on here, I'm trying not to, like, I know that when the children are finally home, it'll be a lot more to say. But at this point, like, there's certain things I have to hold back. When I first told Facebook, and Facebook for me is more my family, my friends, and even with Instagram. But Facebook is everybody. And my family's always been private. Everything's been like, shut up. People I know, like, it's just not something that we talk about. And the crazy part about it is that we don't talk about it amongst each other, but we talk about it behind each other's back. And I don't know how to explain it or convey it to you where you can understand. So, for example, let's just say there's infidelity in the family and everybody in the family knows. Or you just tell me. You are a relative of mine and you tell me. And then I'm on the phone talking to another relative and I'm like, well, X, Y, and Z is doing this. So when it came down to them taking my kids, it was like a selected few that knew. And the ones that knew, when they talked to other members of the family, it was more like, they'll be like, so how is Danielle and the kids? Oh, she don't got the kids. Da, 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 da. I just wish that I had like the paperwork so you guys can read it and you can see it for yourself, like how detailed everything, like it was. Like I know I didn't say it properly when I was posting my post. My line of work has always been me having to basically judge people off of certain things. Like, if I'm doing medical billing and I'm doing this, and I remember, for example, I'm just going to touch lightly. Well, I'm just going to tell you. I'm doing medical billing one time, and this woman went to a particular hospital, and the hospital that she went to, her son went there. Her child was like 3 or 4 years old. Her son went there for something that was minor, and they had to give him a catheter. A 4-year-old child. And they stuck the catheter too far in him, where it was like how she described it, where they were like sucking like basically his insides out, or they pushed it in too far. And if it hadn't been for I guess it's the lead doctor that's there at the hospital to walk by, her son would have been dead. So immediately when he told them to stop, they had to medevac this baby from this particular hospital to CHOP, which is Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, so that he can have the proper care. My company is now billing her for the services that they did. I felt horrible as a person, like how, like, to read it, if you were to read the notes and the documents, it was, I'm calling you because you owe this bill. I'm calling you because you did this. And when she sat down and talked to me, it was like, oh my God, I felt like, how can I say to you, all right, well, can we just bargain for, like, can you make an arrangement for $20 a month at least? Because we could take the minimum. We could take $5 a month. How could I, in good conscience, say this to this woman who had this experience happen? Her file was in my queue, which means it went back to me all the time, didn't go to anybody else. So I would like dock her queue out every 60 days. Every time I seen it, I literally went and called this woman. I would see it, hit it, and do it for another 60 days. Because that's just me and who I am. When I've read the things that this place, and I don't know if I touched on this in the first video because I didn't go back and look at the first video. My mom used to work for this company for 30 some years, so I always had faith. Like when something happened, things happen, whatever, like and she came home and told her stories or whatever, like, never the same way I'm telling you this story is the same way she would tell stories. So it wasn't like she was saying, oh, this kid on such and such, or this child, this or that. That's never happened. Just like I'm not telling you the hospitals, the patient's name or anything. Same exact thing. So when she would tell these stories, I just always I had a different appreciation for this place that it seemed like a lot of people didn't. And then I got involved with it. And it was just like, well, no, that's not me. I'm quite sure I touched on it. And I don't go back and look at my videos because I told you they're not edited. So there's a lot of times I'll say something, don't say something, don't say, it's not edited. But to make a long story longer, all I know is that, like I said, if I were to read the things that was said about me and I had to be that person, I would not want me with my kids. And I'm being honest. These people took, it's like an argument you have. Like, I don't know if you have people in your life like that or ever have a person in your life like that, like this, that will you're in a situation, they're in a situation, y'all both see the same thing. And it's like, wait, what? And they'll ask you, is this true? Yes or no? Well, yeah, it's true. And then you can't respond but this is what this means. That makes no sense. I've always been the person, the individual, especially, honestly, since I was a kid. I remember there was another incident when I was a child where there was a girl who had a syringe. There was a syringe on the ground. A needle, if you don't know what a syringe is, a needle on the ground. And she tried to pick it up and poke my cousin with it. So I was like, bitch, and tried to grab it. Well, not try to grab it, but yelled the word bitch, don't do that, or whatever I did. My family, which was my uncle, my grandmother, they only heard me say bitch. I got reprimanded, and no matter how much I tried to explain the reason why I yelled bitch, they didn't even want to hear it. Shut up. I've never, to this day, been able to get it out. Ever. And I feel like I'm back in this situation all over again because it's the same thing. It literally, like, no, that's not what happened. Like, that's not how it happened. That's not what was going on. Yes, no, that didn't work that way. No, that's not, like, it's all, like, I just don't get it. Where's the whistle? And I just learned from that point. I should have learned from that point, but my job was this. But like I'm saying, fast forward in my life, when I was older and I'm sitting there and I have to read through information and things, like I read through them thoroughly and I talked to the patients. I talked to the debtors. And I needed to hear them out. Like, I needed to hear what happened, what actually happened. And there are certain situations, especially when it comes down to like credit cards, you lost your home because this, that, and the other. I feel bad for that. But at the end of the day, as a debt collector, you have to do your job. And they tell me the horrible stories. Their mom passed away, this happened, and they had to use this credit card for that. So that, I get all of that. But the situation when it comes to my children is like the situation that happened when I was a kid. It's like the situation that happened when I was talking to that lady on the phone about her child. All I ever wanted was for somebody to hear me, hear what was going on, hear, understand it, speak about it, talk about it, make this a conversation, make this. Do you know how many times I say all the time, you didn't give me my kids back, but you gave this person back their children who turned around and killed their kids? And I'm not talking about different states, different countries. I'm talking about the same state, same county, same everything. And these are women that are clearly, before or after, drug addicts. It's crazy. It's been crazy to me. I have learned what I'm trying to learn. And I'm talking myself into saying everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. You don't know why this happened. I don't. But at this point, and at every point, I've known that I have to fight for my children. And I know that I'm going to live fighting for them. I'm going to live fighting for them. I'm going to be on YouTube and tell my truth. Tell what's going on, what happened. I'm going to tell it. Comment, like, subscribe. Tell me what you know. Tell me. Just please, can we have this dialogue? And that's what I'm basically asking. I need a dialogue. I need to talk to people. I need to talk to someone. I cannot be the only person on this earth that's going through this. I know I'm special in a good way. I know that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. But I just don't think this is the only time this has happened. I just don't. So please, like, subscribe, comment. Every time I talk, I'm long-winded. I'm looking at the time. It's like 14:27. I'm trying to make it like 5 minutes long. And maybe I should talk about it before. But I just like being authentic. I like telling you what's on my head at that moment and not have to sit here, think about it, and then talk to you about it and try to push it into 5 minutes. So I guess once I learn how to edit, maybe that's what I need to do tomorrow. After, I have an appointment tomorrow. Wish me luck. I have an appointment tomorrow, and I hope everything goes good with that appointment. But after my appointment tomorrow, I just hope that I just sit down and learn how to edit. Like, I had to figure out how to even do a YouTube channel, and that took forever. And then it was just like, oh, all you have to do is this, that, and the other. And I'm like, huh. So, please, like, subscribe, comment, please. I'm trying to figure out how I turn my head, because it seems like every time I pause it, it's like at like a weird angle where it's like either blurry or not. So let me see.